Today I am Dr.Chatterjee is talking about the another drugs of calcula group, that is the calcula floor. So among the 12 tissue remedies, there are so many drugs are there. Among them is the calcula Calc, calcula phos, calcula floor, calcula silicata, calcicata, and so on. It is a polycrest drugs have got lots of powerful hold on the human economy. Calcula floor is long and the deep acting remedy. It acts mostly in the brain's nervous system and the bony tissue and the bony tissue plus the glands and everywhere. So this is it is a medicine for the effects on the surface of the bones and producing the surface of the bones and produce the malnutrition and somewhere there is the degeneration or somewhere growth like this. So enlarged somewhere they will find that there is the enlarged veins and malnutritions are also there. Even it is found the bones are in the enamels of the teeth. It affects the enamels of the teeth in elastic tissue and elastic fibers of the body, in the cells of the epidermis and so on. So its action on the bones, pallibola, there is a fluidicum, it affects the bones and it helps for the density of the bones and some other organs, the skin, connective tissue, ligaments and so on, in the vessels. Also acts on the lymph nodes and the fibrous tissue also. So according to the sphere of action, they are producing the signs and symptoms. Basically we are providing the calcula floor in practice. That is especially if there is any erosion of the bones, if there is any glandular enlargement, if there is any nodes are there, if there is any tumors are there, tumor-like growth is there, there we can think of it. Even besides this, if there is any glandular enlargement, even there is a growth of any parts of the body, then you can think of the calcula floor. It can provide in the biochemic form or in the homeopathic form and so on. So if you acts on the fibers of the blood vessels and the connective tissue and the lymphatic systems, leading to the sometimes there is a tortuosity of the veins and the bones, or especially there is a protrusion of the bones and the hemorrhoidal tumors, or the varicose veins or vesicular tumors, vascular tumors and so on. Even the glands are become indurated. Even that there is some, it acts on the uterus and the uterine ligaments, so that sometimes this may cause the displacement of the uterus and the weakening of the abdominal muscles and the walls, or there is a hard, with abdominal walls becomes the hard. The knotty tumor on the surface of the bones are sometimes available. Knotty tumor. So if we see in this sense, the calcula floor having the action all over the organs, systems, both the mental and physical level and organic level, systemic level, the glandular level, even the vascular system level, and bones and in the enamels like this. Okay, so or in the connective tissue also. So what you will find that if it is wherever it is, it acts either there in the tortuosity, if it is the vessels, tortuosity or bones are there, the bony growth, there is any hardening, there is the knotty tumor of the surface of the bones, and it is defined. We will find that there is the adenoids. So in case of the adenoids, calcula floor is empirically it is still given, but only a calcula floor is not there. So in case of the adenoids, the aneurysm, that means the veins, arteries becomes tortuous, even affections of the bones, the glands, the cut, even it is a good medicine for the case of the cataract. So in case of the cataract, it is a very important medicine. Even the constipations, in case of the constipation, calcutta floor is a very important medicine. Even the corneal opacities, calcutta floor is a very important medicine. And there is the exostosis, the bony growth, there is the fistula, and fibroid tumor, even the fibroma of the breast. So where there is the growth, we can think of the calcutta floor. Even if there is any tortuosity is there, if there any growth is there, and besides this, if there is sluggishness. In case of the sluggishness of any part, we can think of these drugs. Not only that, but in case of the ganglion, in case of the gum boil or the lumbago, rheumatism, there is the sprain, and in the sprain there is the tonsillitis, syphilis, and the varicose veins. Everywhere it has the great action, and we can prescribe the medicines. So most of the time, empirically, some persons are usually applying the adenoids. Some are there is the aneurysm, arterial tortuosity, varicosity of the arteries, even sometimes the affection of the bones and the glands. Even there is a cataract condition. In case of the cataract condition or even the constipation, or the corneal opacity, corneal opacities, exostosis, there is the fissure or fistula, even the fibroadenoma of the breast, and the ganglion, in case of ganglion, gum boil, even the lumbago, rheumatism, fistula, even the varicose veins, and the tonsillitis, syphilis. It is not only limited within this type of disease condition or the clinical condition. It can be used in any other condition, provided the signs and symptoms should be there. But empirically, most of the time, we are using these drugs in such cases. And here, especially, whatever maybe you are using the books, they are mentioned, and they are mentioned some, installed some names of the medicine so that you can guess it where it can be applied. If we see the guiding symptoms, in case of the guiding symptoms, this remedy acts favorably on the hard, knotty, and the stony gland and the varicose veins. So this remedy is favorably on hard, knotty, and stony glands and varicose veins के ऊपर सबसे ज्यादा काम है. इसलिए where there is any varicose veins, we usually give, because of it acts on the muscles and the ligaments and maintain the tonicity. To maintain the tone, this medicine is very important. Okay. Not only that, it is a useful remedy for the hard tonsils, even the hard tumor, stony hardness, or the adenoid or the adenofibroma in these cases. So it has been seen that not only that it is useful in case of black cataract also, even where there is the meibomian gland is there, and if it is the medicine is to be given where there is a hardness and it fluctuates from one part to another, then we can think of the drugs. It is one of the powerful remedies for the tumor of the female breast, especially when it is hard and knotty. It is a very important medicine for the case of the females when there is a remedy, powerful remedies, where there is the breast and is there, especially when it is hard and knotty. वो जगह में हम इसका दे सकते हैं, हार्ड एंड नॉटी होना चाहिए. ये फीमेल ब्रेस्ट में जो ये है ट्यूमर है वो हार्ड रहते हैं, नॉटी रहते हैं. Even not only that, if there is any osseous growth and if there is any suppuration of the bone, and it acts favorably after silesia and calcium falls whenever it is to be fed. So in case of the growth of the bones, it is very useful. Okay, even it acts on the where there is a supposition. Sometimes it has been found that the supposition of the bone is there, and it acts in the favorably after the silicea and calculum falls. So as given, but it has been failed. Then we continue these drugs. So in case of the calcula floor, where the calcula falls and silicea fails, usually silicea and calcula falls useful in case of vein, in case of the veins and the bones. If any complication are there or any first medicine is to be prescribed and it was failure, then continue the calcula floor. Even in my life, when I was in Mumbai, one person was I met. He was a Muslim belongs to Muslim family from Wasim, Akola district, in the year of the 1993, I think so, 93, and they are working in some, that is the welding, in case of welding, and the three brothers are working there. Very astonishing factor is that they all have their bony growth. So from the metastasis there is severe bony growth and usually piercing the muscles, and they're very painful while they're bending their bodies or the muscles or the bones or the extremities, they are flexion condition. They are piercing, the bones are usually piercing. So after taking a proper case taking, I have prescribed the calcula floor, and it was a drastically changes and it was cured. Previously, the boy has, they are the three brothers from belongs to Akola district, and one of them came to me. Later, others two came to me and have taken the treatment. And at the time, the management was also Kadam, Samra Kadam ka beta bhi hai, Damad bhi, that a counselor with the. They have become surprised. They have taken all the efforts for the X-ray and so and so. But allopath, they have operated at least 3 to 4 operation was done, but they can stop the gradual growth of the bones within from the body. When I prescribed the calcula floor, this problem was subsided totally, and it was a very extreme and challengeable case, and which was cured by the calcula floor. So not only you have to study the drugs, whatever may be the drugs, but simultaneously, until and unless you see the patient and the result, it is useless. We are taking a lots of pain in audio, visual, this and that, and YouTube, but it is useless until and unless you are applying in the OPD, or if you have not seen, if you have seen at least 5 to 10 patients where calcula floor is to be applied, and after prescription, if the patient is cured, then only you can remember it and make a correct prescription, and your confidence will be there. But whenever you have not seen, only theoretically you are studying the mathematics, it is useless, don't mind. Of course, it is your duty to listen, it is my duty to teach, either indirectly or by some media or by this way, audio visual, whatever may be. Next thing is that this is a marked great action on the lower jaw, production, necrosis, suppuration, and complication of the wisdom teeth. So we are also have been seeing there is the action on the lower jaw and producing the necrosis and suppuration. बहुत जगह देखते हैं necrosis हो जाता है, suppuration हो जाता है after extraction of the teeth. Lots of complication are there. The teeth are becomes furrowed. The teeth are becomes less amount of the enamels, and there is the erosion is there, destruction is there. So calcium is very important medicine. And not only that, in case of this condition, supposition, and so, we can think of the other drugs, that is the Maxol, we can think of the Oram Sal, Oram Iod, like this, plus Cipilinum, okay, Cinnabidish. These are very important medicine for the purpose of it. But what's happened if there is any complementary complication after the wisdom teeth initial stage? In case of initial stage, we must prescribe the belladonna like this. Belladonna also helps a lot in case of the growing the teeth or any complication during the eruption of the teeth. It may be the belladonna, it may be some other drug, but calcium is also one of the medicine. We must consider it. So if there is any supposition, sometimes some other drugs also required, that is the Heclalava. Heclalava is also one of the medicine which can be useful in case of the after effects of the extraction of the tooth and any complication of there, or if there is a caries of the tooth. Next number, if there is any supposition and necrosis, we can also think these drugs. Next number, there is the periosteal swelling due to the congenital hereditary syphilis. This is also very important symptoms of the drugs. After congenital syphilis, in case of the congenital syphilis, if there is any necrosis and the swelling and swelling of the bones, necrosis of the bones, any part of the body, even there is a pain and so and heat, and there is any type of growth or exostosis or the extraction of the teeth like these symptoms or the caries, we can think of this medicine calcium. So calcium not only the useful remedy the bony problem, but it is a good medicine for the case of the backache. Okay. So in case of the backache, it is very useful remedy, and it is to be given accordingly. Sometimes biochemical medicine, sometimes potentized medicine also given. Even if you go through the Rastaks, you will find there is the one thing is written. Whenever the Rastaks has failed, then the complementary medicine is the calcium. Or whenever Rastaks can't do anything, then calcium can complete the case. So you must think about which medicine is to prescribe, which not. Next number is a good remedy for the congenital syphilis. It is a good remedy for the immature cataract and the corneal opacity. So where there is any cataract, somebody usually prefers to give the calcium, but the potency will be the lower potency, especially in the biochemic form. Plus, in case of the cataract, some other drugs also may be useful. Okay, so cataract may be other drugs useful also because even somebody prefers the conum maculatum, somebody prefers the silicea in case of the cataract conditions. So while prescribing these drugs, we must consider it, and some other causative factors should be noticed. Otherwise, there may be chances of wrong prescriptions. Even there is the lumbago, there is the backache, which is very painful. Sometimes there may be the sciatica due to the injury or the ligamental torn, or there may be due to some pressure or the aggravation, usually at rest, emulation by the movement. To some extent, it is the chronic of the Rastaks. So, in case of the Rastaks, aggravation of the first movement, and emulation in the long continued motion. So, this medicine also having the same type of modalities, so it is very beneficial in case of the joint problem, in case of the rheumatic problem, where Rastaks is given and proper result is not there. Next number, Emulation from the slight movement and the warmth in general, like the aesthetics. Discharge from the profuse suppurative process are offensive, then the thick and greenish yellow discharges are there. The suppurative process are offensive, greenish and yellow process are there. Mind great depression. This is another factor of this medicine. There is the calcula fluid there. Other medicines, so many drugs are there which is useful for the depressions. So groundless depression, and there is the groundless fear of the financial ruin. It is also another factor of the drugs. So they always think that there is a maybe loss of the finance or they losing the business. So they try to collect the money indiscriminately. So disposition to set a higher value on the money than to natural to him. इसलिए इनका एक टेंडेंसी है, डिस्पोजिशन है to collect the money. They usually collect huge amount of the money for the 10 PDs because they think if there is any famine, if there is any loosening, if there is any corona like this situation, then what will happen in my life or my generation's life? So they are in a great craving for the collecting the money in generals, and there becomes disturbed in case of the while thinking about the money, and they think the money should be collected. It is the first priority. So they're giving the higher value to money than the nature to him. Next number, if we see the head and other parts of the body, then to scalp, the hard excretion on the scalp, and there is the cephalal hematoma. कभी कभी देखा गया जो हेड में हेमाटोमा हो सकता है ड्यूरिंग डिलीवरी और ड्यूरिंग फर्स्ट डिलीवरी और ड्यू टू द इंजुरी, दिस मे बी फाउंड. So to control the hematoma or any type of problem or there is any allopathic, they usually say it is a case of the operation. But homeopathy may say it is not a case of operation. This problem can be subsided by the homeopathic medicine, especially by the help of the calcarea fluid. So this is very important for us. Another is the ulcers of the cephalotoma, ulcers on the scalp with callus, hard edges, cracking noise in the head, or blood tumors is a very important symptoms of the drugs. Even there is the aneurysm, aneurysm is a very important factor of the drugs. Aneurysm. So even sometimes there may be the tortuosity of the bloods are there, and with colors, cracking of the nose is there in the head, and the blood tumors are also there. Even the newborn babies are also having the same problem, that is the aneurysm or blood tumor, especially in the head. So the कभी-कभी क्या देखा गया the bones are also irregular formation of irregular bony growth, that may also helpful. Even there is any growth or sometimes bony creases are there, and exhaustion we can think of this. Even as per wood, if we see the eyes, there is a dimness of the vision due to the cataract conditions are there. Even dimness of vision due to the overstraining of the eye. हमारे पास और medicine है, we have the other medicine, that is the overstrain of the eye, calcula falls and the ruta, and these are the very important medicine for the overstraining of the eyes and the conjunctivitis. So in case of the conjunctivitis, this is very important. Styes are also very important factor of these drugs. So if there is a hardening, knotty, hard nodules, like you can styes, you can prescribe the medicine. Even on enlarged meibomian gland is also important. Enlarged meibomian gland, and the tumors of the eyelids is very important. Okay, so if there is any hardness under the eyelids, or if there is any tumors after the styes, and the meibomian gland is hardening. Like that, even sometimes, say only calculator cannot remove the situation. Sometimes thujan may be useful. Okay. Even sometimes what we find that the flickering of the sparks before the eyes and subcutaneous peripheral cyst. Even कभी कभी देखते हैं हम लोग जैसे subcutaneous palpebral cyst is there. Even that can be hardening, that can be hard, knotty, and sometimes there may be pus, may not be pus, but the pus is not coming out. Even sparkling of the eyes is also there. Even some other drugs also there, conamicultum, phosphorus is also there, which may be useful. Next number years, calcida usually deposits on the calcareous deposits on the tympanic membrane. So sclerosis of the ossicles is very important. Sclerosis of the ossicles is very important, and petrous portion of the temporal bone is also very important. So sclerosis is very important. Petrous portion of the area is also suffered most of the time, and there is the deepness is there. Suppuration of the middle ear is also there. So once upon a time it has been started, it is not easy to remove the situation. So कभी भी हो ऐसे वाली सिचुएशन में एक दिन दो दिन में ठीक नहीं होता है, कुछ दिन तक ट्रीटमेंट करना पड़ता है, because the condition is chronic. So there may be sometimes copious and offensive discharges from the ear. There are the greenish, lumpy. There may be yellow discharges, and there may be osseous growth in the drugs also. Show you on the growth. If we see the adenoids, growth in the postnasal space, adenoid growth in the postnasal space or in the pharynx. This is also very high there in the hypertrophy of the Lucas tonsils. So if there is any hypertrophy of the Lucas tonsils, or there is any hardening and then the painful condition, somewhere they usually advises to remove the tonsils, but it is not necessary. The adenoids can be cured by the help of the homeopathy, even by the help of the calcular fluid. Okay. Even the face, there may be sometimes hard swelling on the cheek and the pain of the tooth, then the hardness, swelling of the jaw bones most of the time, and of the malar bones, and the oozing of the fluid is there. Sometimes after extraction of the teeth, there may be some complication. Even sometimes you find there is the gum boil is there. So in case of fluids, offensive bloody discharges are there, swelling of the bone and outer surface of the bones is there. There may be some growth or sometimes, or there may be some oozing, and the pus formation is there. Mouth is there. If you see the mouth, there is the gum boil with hard swelling of the jaw is there. Stony hardness, swelling on the low jaw bone is also very important. Ulceration of the mouth and throat is very important, and manifestation congenital hereditary is also congenital hereditary syphilis is also important. Next we things, that is the tongue. We see the cracked appearance of the tongue is very important. Even the among the tongue there is some hard nodules is there. Even stony hardness is there. Indolation of the tongue and hardening after inflammatory condition is also there. Hardening after inflammatory conditions. Even teeth, that the decayed teeth, decayed dentition, even the children, enamel of the teeth becomes rough and deficient, and ulcer, unnatural looseness of the teeth is also there, and with or without pain, teeth becomes loose in their sockets. Okay. So if we see the teeth condition, there is the loose teeth, there is the bleeding from the teeth, and there are ulceration. Sometimes there are pus formation are usually found. Throat, if we see the throat, there is the follicular tonsillitis is there, and there is the plug-like sensation in there, and forming the clips of the tonsils, and difficult to deglutition, especially the hot substance. Even if we see that tonsillitis, which is in having the pus formation, which is relieved by the hot on the warm drinks and the warms and the warm substances on the tea or like this, which is aggravation by the taking the cold drinks. Even the hypertrophy of the tonsils is also present. Even sometimes we find that the uvula becomes elongated and relaxed, and cause irritation, tingling of the teeth is also very important. Stomach, there is the vomiting of the undigested food and acute indigestion from the fatigue of the brain is also important. So the patient has no such desire for the taking of the food. Most of the time there is the heaviness in the stomach, and they cannot take because of fatigue, because of the fatigue of the brain and so on. Cutting pain in the liver by the motion, abdomen, there is the constipation, inability to evacuate and expel the contents of the abdomen due to the hardness and the swelling, and there is the unable to expel the stool because of the weakness and prostration and so on. Even there may be sometimes the bleeding piles and the bleeding hemorrhoids, or there may be sometimes the fissure is there. So due to this, that the pain is the excessive, and the patient then the pain goes to the from the uterine to the sacrum and the pelvis and so on. Even the some subject pressure on the blood to the head, diarrhea in gout is subject is also there. Then about the male sexual organs is also there. There is the constant seminal dreaming is there, the dragging of the spermatic fluid, there is the dreaming of the prostatic fluid and the spermatic fluid, and there is the dwindling of the testes. Then question, what do you mean by dwindling? Usually what you will find that the testis hangs in like the sac, and there is usually to some extent move here and there like that of a pendulum. Okay. So, and not in the interior and nodular testis, sometimes there may be the hydrocele conditions are there. Some persons are there in the hydrocele due to the overriding or overcycling is also there, or even sometimes there may be the injury to the testicles. So we can think of these drugs, calciferol. Even if there is an injury, after injury, if this hydrocele is there and there is a knotty hard, then we can think of the cona maculatum is also there, and along with the cona maculatum we can think of the calciferol. Okay, next number about the females organs and females sexual organ. Mostly we have found that it acts on the, already I told, acts on the ligaments. So usually this medicine acts on the urogenital organs or the system and the ligaments. So if there is any displacement of the uterus, this is very important factor on the drugs. Displacement of the uterus is very important. Okay, displacement of the uterus very important. There is a dragging pain in the uterus and the thigh and bearing down sensation of the uterus. Sometimes there may be sensation as if the uterus is to be dragged down, and to some extent like that of the sepia and other drugs. There may be the varicose veins and the varicose veins in the vulva. This type of varicosity usually develops during the childhood, during the childbearing age, that is during the pregnancy or after delivery or after before pregnancy. So this type of the ligamental looseness, even we can think of the calciferol. In case of the uterine fibroid, varicose veins also there. Excessive menses with bearing down pain is also important. Okay, excessive menses with bearing down pain, and we can think of these drugs. Next number, if we see the circulatory organs, it is very important medicine for the case of the circulatory organs, especially the heart, varicose vein, heart, arteries, veins, and anywhere. So it producing accordingly and reduce the check by the remedy, and the ferrum pulsation provide the action of the blood It is also action on the acting on the bloods and so on. There may be, in case of the heart, there may be sometimes enlargement, there may be some varicosity also found in the heart region also, and that also to some extent relieved, and this can be curable by initial stage only, not in older stage. Okay. Next number is the vascular tumors with the diastolic enlargement of the hypertrophy of the heart, and varicose veins and the varicose ulcer is also there. In case of the neck is become very stiff, and there is the neck becomes very glandular swelling of the neck region, and there may be the stony hardness of the neck region. Even there may be the small goiter is also present. So, in case of the this calcular floor, if there is any goiter, if there is any swelling of the particular indurated glands of the neck or the throat, there is the small goiter, or there is any cases of the chronic cases, then we can think of it. Another thing is that in the back, in case of the chronic backache, whenever the rastaks usually fail, or the alumina usually fail, or other indicated medicine fails, in case of this condition, we can think of this drug, that is backache. There may be the tired feeling and pain in lower part of the body, and with the sensation of coolness and burning in constipation. So this is very important symptoms of the drugs. So sensation of coolness, burning sensation, heaviness feeling. Is a heaviness feeling, sensation, that is also a very important mark. There may be the ganglia, or maybe the tumor in the back of the wrist, usually ganglion be also there, and the tumor in the joint. Even the gouty enlargement of the joints of the finger is very common to them. So, inflammation of the knee joint, chairman sees the joints of the fingers, inflammation of the knees, even the osseous growth and enlargement of the bones with or without caries, particularly of the traumatic origin. So, in case of the bones, the osseous growth, and among there is the chronic synovitis, chronic pain, even after injury, there is the severe headache, neck pain, or the arm pain is present. In spite of that, we can think of these drugs. Another thing is the osseous growth, enlargement of the bones without caries, particularly of the traumatic sign is also present in case of the calcular flow. Next number, sleep. There may be the vivid dreams, sense of impending danger, and unrefreshing sleep is there. So sleep is always disturbed. They are half night. They do not go to the sleep, and half night they usually go to the sleep. So sleep is always disturbed. They sleep, thinks about the vivid dreams, impending danger, and unrefreshing sleep is there. Next number, skin. They are in the fissure and the cracks of the whole body, some iron, even the palms of the hands, the soles, even the hard and formation of the crest, fissure of the anus, and whitlow is also present. Okay. So this is very important medicine for the cases of this type condition, where the skins are also becomes famous. In case of the palms, hard, knotty, formation of the crust, thickly yellow pus, and swelling or the indurated enlargement of the sheaths into fossa and capsular ligament of the joint of the tendons. There is an enlargement and the swelling, induration of the ligaments and the bones and the joints and tendons. Induration of stony hardness is there. Hard elevated edges is ulcers. Hard elevated edges is also ulcers. Suddenly by skin, purple skin, and the nodes and the corneas and the glands in the female breast is very important factor. Next number. If we see there were the general modalities, we will find it in damp weather. There is aggravation, damp with an aggravation like the rust ducts, natansa, puja, the calculi group like this. In damp weather and during discharge is aggravation, and beginning to move is also aggravation. Beginning to move is also aggravation. Ammunition kitna? Ammunition on the head, ammunition on the head, and ammunition by the heat or the warmth of bed is also important. And another is the continuous motion. There is the ammunitions. So whenever we will find it, we will prescribe it, we must consider the drugs from different angles. And this is a very important medicine. Empirically, we must consider it, especially when the glands, joints are affected and the bones are also affected. Because you are very junior, whenever you study it, not only from one book but also from different book, we must consider it, how it is to be applicable and what type of symptoms is to be produced by these drugs. Next number, if you see, it is in general, empirically, if we see that it is a powerful remedy for the, in general I am talking about it, where it is to be applied on the hard, stony glands, varicose veins, and the malnutrition of the bones, the hard knots in the females in the uterus, and even the goiter, congenital heredity of the syphilis, and in case of the cataract, have suppurations and have unduly been influenced by it. Congenital syphilitic manifestations is also there, the mouth ulcer and the throat, there is a glandular enlargement, even the thyroid gland is also there, heat in the parts, arteriosclerosis is also very important. Arteriosclerosis is very important, threatened apoplexy is very important, and tuberculosis is very important. If there is any history of the tuberculosis, arteriosclerosis, and threatened apoplexy, we must consider this drug. Used after operations and the tendency to adhesions is to be reduced. So these are the very main important factor of the drugs, where it is to be applied and where not to be applied. Even it is a medicine which is very much important for the useful remedy for the support of the uterus, the ligament. So if there is any prolapse of the uterus, if we give the medicine in biochemic form repeatedly, so there may be the uterus tonicity also develop. There are great depression, there is the groundless fear of the losing money, it may be cracking of the nose, cracking of the ears, and the head is very important. There may be the blood tumors are also very important while born, after born. If there is any blood tumor, there is any collection of the blood any other part of the body. So due to the trauma, we must consider the pancreas fluid. Even the brain of the born infants, hard excretion of the scalp, ulcers on the scalp, with calories, heart disease is also there. So flickering and sparkling before the eye is also very important factor. Sometimes you find it, there is a flickering and sparkling sensation, as if दोनों ये लगने के जैसे sparkling होती है like this. Even sometimes you find there is a black spot which is moving around the eyes. Okay. So there may be the conjunctivitis, there may be the, it is usual in case of the cataract formation, and stromas pectoral keratitis and subcutaneous peripheral cyst is also important. It is a medicine where it is to be calcareous deposition on the tympanum. It is also very important medicine for the conditions. So calcareous depositions and the tympanum nucleus becomes dense. The sclerosis of the ossicles and petrous part of the portion of the temporal bone, there is the pain, even with the deepness and ringing in the rising and the roaring. Chronic suppurative middle ear is also there. So in case of the chronic suppurative discharges from the middle ear, other medicine of pulsatilla, other medicine of gelsemium, other medicine of the palinum, graphitis, sinusia and so on. But according to the signs and symptoms, we have to separate from one to the another. Another thing is the cold is in the head. There is the stuffy symptoms, cold and cold aggravation, cold coryza, ujina. These are very important. And thick greenish yellowish discharges and yellow discharges are very common to these drugs. There may be the atrophic rhinitis, especially it crushed and prominent. So in case of the rhinitis, where there is an adenosis or where there is any looseness or where there is any prolapse of the uterus, especially in the females whose immunity is very less, we can think of these drugs. Next number is the face, heart swelling of the cheeks with the pain of the toothache and heart swelling of the jaw bones is also there. Sometimes we'll see there is the heart bones, joints have become disturbed, and there is the swelling of the cheeks is also very important. Mouth, it is a very important symptoms in case of the mouth. That is in case of the mouth, there is the gum boil is there, gum boil. So in case of the gum boil, our auric medicine is the Hekla lava, calcula flow is very important, and another medicine is the mercury group is also there, and so on. Cinnabar is also there, and so on. So gum boils with the hard swelling of the jaw, crack, reappearance of the tongue with or without pain, indubition and of the tongue, and hardening after inflammation. This is very characteristic symptoms of this medicine, calcarea flow. Next number, with or without pain, teeth becomes loose in their sockets and toothache with pain if any food touches the pillow. So if anything is there in the teeth, mouth, whatever may be, if there is any relief by the touch to the pillow, and we can think of these drugs. Okay. Next number, throat, follicular meningitis, follicular sore throat is basic character. There may be some pus, there may be some glandular enlargement, and there may be the clips of the tonsils are there, pain and burning in the throat is there, better by the warm drinks, worse by the cold drink, and hypertrophy of the tonsils is there, relaxed tribula and tickling refer to larynx. If it is seen in the stomach, there may be the wetting of the vomiting of the infants, vomiting of the indigested food substance, and the flatulence is there, weakness and daintiness is there, appetite, nausea and distress after eating of young children, nausea and drinking after eating of young children who are overtaxed by the studies. So calcula flow is a very important medicine for the case of the to establish the important medicine for the eating, nausea and vomiting distress of eating in young children who are overtaxed by the studies. जो लोगों बच्चे लोगों को ज़्यादा टाइम पढ़ाई में बैठा देते हमेशा स्टडी करते हैं, लोगों का जो कुछ कॉम्प्लिकेशन है, indigestion है, we can think of these drugs. Even acute indigestion from fatigue and brain fat with much flatulency. Even हम और एक देखते हैं ये flatulency also there in case of the hard nodules and the stool is hard, much be hardening of the stools, but difficult to expel, and along with it there is the piles problem and fissure. We can think of this. Diarrhea, especially in the gouty subjects, itching of the anus, fissure of the anus, and the intestine is sore cracked near the lower end of the bowels, and bleeding hemorrhage is very important part of the drugs. So don't neglect that there is the bleeding hemorrhage. Itching of arms, itching of the anus from the worms is very important, and internal or blind piles is frequently important, and then the pain in back. Aggravation far down to the sacrum and constipation, much wind in the lower bowel and worsen pregnancy. So we will find it, there is a very other problems are there. Hydrocele indifferent and indubition of the testicles is also there. And if we see the hoarseness